Hello traders, in this video we're going to review and discuss the various options and functions inside of the TradingView platform. What you see in front of you is a price chart for micro WTI crude oil futures on the 5-minute chart. We are in a paper trading account, which you can see down here in the very bottom left-hand corner. We're going to start at the top, run across the top, talk about all of these that are relative to your beginning process or even your advanced process. Then we're going to come back down. Then we're going to come back over to the top left-hand corner, and we're going to talk about all of the functions in this column here on the very left-hand side. So to begin with, the first thing that we see at the top is the TradingView icon. It has a W there because my login starts with a W. The first function is called Home. Basically, it gives you a splash page. It shows you it shows your watch list over here on the right-hand side. So once you've logged into TradingView, it starts looking at your configuration and your profile. Also offers you an opportunity to upgrade your plan. There are products listed, community notes, markets, brokers that are available on the TradingView platform, and more. It's just a basically splash page, like you would see in a on a normal website. When you're done viewing it and you're done looking at everything that you want to look at here, you just simply close the tab and you're back to the price chart you started on. The next thing we're going to look at is the Help Center. Help Center opens up on the right-hand side. There are various categories where you can get help right online. Okay, and if you need to, you can submit a support request. Okay, and can be very helpful, especially if you're having problems navigating TradingView or having technical issues. There is a What's New function. Basically, just articles that talk about what the TradingView team is doing on your behalf and to generate revenue, of course. Also is the app setting. I use this a lot. Sometimes TradingView will start bogging down, stop giving me real-time data, etc., etc., etc. I'll go to the app setting, and typically if you have a problem with TradingView, it's not just a matter of closing it out and starting it back up. You actually will need to go over to Service and clear the cache. Okay, and when you do that, it will clear your history, and it doesn't delete any data. It doesn't delete any of your profile information. It just simply clears the cache. That's what it's doing. You can explore these at your leisure. They are just fundamental functions inside of the settings in TradingView. I'm oftentimes will be using the app setting and clearing the cache under Service because sometimes TradingView will just get wonky, just like any other website. Okay, so now we're going to go to the right. The MCL1, this is just a symbol that's currently being depicted on the chart. Okay, you can switch data type. I wouldn't recommend to switch data type. Just leave it as chart. You can compare or add a symbol that's already on your chart. So for instance, if I wanted to compare micro crude oil with gold, I could simply click on the symbol, type in the symbol for gold or the micro gold futures, and it will give me Yes, it should. Anyway, MGC1 here. There we go. You just got to pick the right one. And it will give you a line chart associated with what gold is doing in comparison to the crude oil. It's not a great interface. I mean, I have a very hard time getting them to sync up. In other words, giving me a good representation of what's going on. But you can see that when in this situation, crude oil went up Thursday, 19th February, starting around 245, 250, and gold did a decline at the same time. So anyway, kind of an advanced feature, and you don't need to use it unless you are coming upon a strategy that you think will help you. Okay, enough said about that. When you're done, just go under the ticker, the description. It'll show up on the top left-hand corner, and just remove it with the trash symbol. The next items are items that will allow you to change the time interval that you're looking at. Right now, we're looking at the 5-minute chart, and you'll see that the tab on the 5-minute is highlighted. If I wanted to go to the 1-minute chart, all I have to do is click the little tab, and these have been saved in favorites, so it's showing up. It's giving me 2 time frames that I can choose from. If you want to look at a different time frame, there is a pull-down menu, and you can look at the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, 10, whatever. Okay, the seconds and the ticks are premium member-only features. So, for instance, if you wanted to look at the 1 second, you would have to upgrade the TradingView in order to look at the 1 second chart. Okay, just know that. But this is where you would change it. The 1 minute through the 12-month and these ranges, they're all free. Okay, you don't have to pay for anything extra. While we're there, let's chase a rabbit for a minute. Some of you are going to be asking, what are these little arrow things down here? Well, those are contract changes. So I trade futures. Okay, that's what it says up there. Micro WTI crude oil futures. I like futures. We'll talk more about the difference between futures and stocks and options and that in another video. But know that when you see these symbols down here, those are just contract changes. Futures are traded on contracts. And you can see that over a period of time, they will change contracts. If you're trading futures, it's really important that you understand when contract changes, because you might be in a trade and the contract changes and bad things could happen. Your broker probably won't let you do that, but it's just a good idea to have this function up if you're trading futures. And it's a real simple process. You right click in the chart, you get to settings in the pull down menu, and you can see events. Under events, contract switch breaks. If I turn it off, here it is, set continuous contract switch. If I turn it off, you'll notice that the contracts went. Okay. Anyway, okay, enough about that. Let's go back to the 1 minute over here, and I want to be back on the 5-minute chart. The next thing in the item list at the top are the various candles that you can use to depict price on your chart. So for instance, right now, I have regular candles showing up on my chart. You can choose Heikin-Ashi candles, which we can talk about in another video, but basically Heikin-Ashi candles just smooth price action so that you're not seeing a bunch of, well, I'll just show you. It's a little bit different view from regular candles to Heikin-Ashi. I'll let you do your own research. okay, about whether you want to use Heikin Ashi candles. They come in handy sometimes. I'll just tell you that. The other one in the middle, it's called Renko. And again, if you want Renko candles, you have to upgrade in TradingView to see the Renko candles. I used to use Renko candles in my early days of trading because what it gave me was a very solid depiction of what price was doing at a particular time. We'll do Renko candles in another setting, okay? The other thing that you can do is you can use other candles. So right now, I'm just using the standard candles with a body and wick. Okay, but you can use hollow candles if you want to. You can use a line chart if you'd like to. You can do lines with markers. These are functions that I have never used, but they are available in TradingView if you are so inclined to use them. I have Renko as a favorite. I can unfavorite it and it will probably go away. It did. Okay, good deal. All right, so I'm using candles. I'm using candles. All right, candles. All right, the next one over is what it says. It's indicators. So let's look at indicators. Indicators are simply items that you can add to the chart that will help you manage or plan your trade. So I have two indicators on my chart that I use exclusively now. One is called Liquidity Location Detector by Big Beluga, and the other one is called Wada Ada Explosion by Lazy Bear. I'm going to turn them off because it's probably going to be a little bit of a distraction as we talk through the video. But know that these are items that I use to help me trade. Okay, good deal. So let's look at indicators. You have a variety of indicators that you can attach to your chart to help you manage and plan your trades. I have some favorites, and they're all starred there. And these, I've been trading for years, folks, so I've got a lot of favorites. I don't hardly use any of them. I don't know why I still haven't favorited. I have developed my own scripts over time, doing some coding. No, I'm not a coder. I use AI, and these are scripts that I have created with the help of artificial intelligence. You can, if you have purchased any indicators, they will be selected there. There are editors' picks. TradingView staff is very, very active in helping traders find and use indicators. So you'll see that there's a very, very long list of indicators under editor's pick. You can type in an indicator. So for instance, if you've been looking at a video and they said, well, you need to use the moving average convergence divergence indicator, also called the MACD. Well, you can just type in MACD and voila, the moving average convergence divergence indicator shows up, and there you can add it to your chart. Okay, the free version or the basic version will limit the number of indicators you have on your chart. I used to use as many indicators as I possibly could when I was first learning to trade. Virtually, I use the two that I showed you right now, and one other one just to help me confirm trades on an occasion. Don't need to talk about that. The next one are indicator templates. I've never used this, so I'm not going to talk about it. The other one is up there is called Create an Alert. I use this one all the time. So let me show you how to create an alert. Typically, an alert is created in association with an object on the timeline and a price point. So what did I do? I just went and got a horizontal ray or horizontal line. I added it to the chart, and you'll see I added it at the top of that line right there. That means that's a point of resistance. The market price peaked out, and so that's become a point of resistance for crude oil. Now you'll notice I'm on the day chart. It doesn't matter. I'll leave it on the day chart. It doesn't matter for demonstration purposes. It's not a big deal. I do not trade the day chart. I will reference the day chart to see what's happening in the macro view. Okay, just to kind of give me a market bias. But I digress. We have added an object to the price chart. Now we can add an alert. And to add an alert, you'll get this little box someplace on your price chart. When you add an object, you'll get a little box. Or when you click on an object or select an object on your price chart, you'll get a box. It will allow you to modify the object. In this case, it's a horizontal line. I can change its color. I can change the text tool colors. If I wanted to add a text on it, I can change its width. So I can make it 3 pixels or 4 pixels, 1 pixel, whatever, okay? I'm a basic guy. I like to keep things simple. 1 pixel for the line and a solid line. You can use whatever you want to, okay? I'm not going to tell you how to use. Then you have settings for your horizontal array. Well, we're trying to get to an alert. So what we'll do is we'll click right here on the little box that says add alert. That's one way to do it. You can also do it up here, okay? But since the box shows up, I'm just going to use the box because sometimes I want to modify the line or the color depending on what I'm trying to do that day or that for that trade. So, but I'm going to add an alert, and a little box comes up. It says what symbol that you're going to add the alert to, which is the symbol that we're trading, and the condition is price, and then you have some options: crossing up or down, crossing up, crossing down, greater than or less than. This is kind of the default for me. The horizontal ray, yes, that's what I want to add the alert on. And then I want to, if I want a message, I can put a message. I never do this. I say I never. You can change the message because you will get a little message when it goes off, and it'll show up someplace on your screen saying, hey, you have an alert notification. And then here are your notifications, okay? And you can notify an app. I always leave that clicked because I'm trading. I'm on the chart. Yes, I want to notify in the app. I want to show toast notification displays and on-site notification in the page corner. Yes, I want that too. If you want an email, you can send it to your email that's over there, up there, that you with your login. When you log in, it automatically sees you, and it will send you an email if you want to. This is the one I pay attention to all the time because different alerts will have different meanings for me. So I'll right now it's under the rooster. I like to use dog for this particular alert. Why? Because when price crosses that, I want the dog to bark. I also set up an alarm every day on a vertical line, and you can do this as well if you would like to. So, and we're a little ahead of ourselves. We're over here on the left-hand side. There's a vertical line, and you can set an alarm. So let's say you wanted to wake up. Let's go back to the hour chart. Okay, we'll go back to the hourly chart, and let's just say that you wanted to get up at a certain time. You've left your computer on. You want to get up. Let's say at the beginning of a session or a particular time. Let's say 1 o'clock in the morning. Let's just say 7 o'clock in the morning. You can add the vertical line, add an alert, notification, rooster, whatever you want to, and then you can change how long it lasts. Okay, it will also allow you to hear what it sounds like. Okay, kind of a cool feature. I like using alerts because I don't want to sit on my charts all day. I could be going doing something else, and an alert will tell me when something's happening on the chart that's important to me. Okay, so really good feature here. Okay, I already have an alarm set on another chart, so I'm going to delete this one. And then the next one up there is called replay. You can do what we call back testing. And if you go to the replay button, it will allow you to go back in time. And let's go back to, let's just go back to Tuesday, 17th of February, at the beginning of the New York session, or very, very close to the New York session. And then let's just say we are back testing a strategy, and our strategy was wait for the market to hit a bottom and then wait for a candle to a bullish candle to open and then place a trade. And we'll just do that right now. Let's just set one up, and we'll set our stop loss at the bottom of the market where it says historically it was. That's 52 ticks. And if we want a 1-to-2 reward ratio, we would move it up to, let's move it up to right there. And then what we can do is down here, we could just play it at a particular rate. We can play it at what they call replay speed, 1x. That means one bar per second. So let's just do that. And now we can see that the price action is moving 1 bar per second. It's a little slow for my demonstration purposes, so we'll speed it up to 5, then we'll speed it up to 10, and then we can see what price is done in time based upon how we want our back test to go. So you can see that our replay mode is giving us price action based on what's already happened in the past. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop that. And to get out of it, you just click the replay button again up there. And it wants you to leave. Yes, you can. And then I don't like leaving these things on my chart, so I'm going to delete it. Okay. And now we're back to the current chart. The next item up there is, it says unnamed. Well, it's the layout setup is what it is. I have a layout set up to give me 2 charts. You do not have to use 2 charts. I like using 2 charts. Now you're saying, but Mr. Russ, look, there's only 1 chart there. That's correct. I'm only showing you 1 chart because I don't want to confuse you. But just to show you that I'm not a liar, I'm going to come down here to the bottom right-hand corner, and I've got a little icon there that says restore chart. So I'll restore the chart, and voila, there's my other chart. Now, why do I do that? Well, I like to have my 5-minute chart on the left and like to have my 1-minute chart on the right. So this is just my strategy. I use the 5-minute and the 1-minute chart to enter trades. I look at the larger time frames to get bias, to give me a direction of where the market has been and where it might go. Just helps me. But I use 2 charts, and the version of TradingView that I use offers me the ability to use 2 charts. Now, let's say I wanted to use a 4-up. So let's go back up to the layout setup and go to the 4. I am going to get a notification telling me, no, you have to be a premium member or an upgraded member to do the 4-up. Okay. Then you can save it to, you can save the chart, save layout. You'll have to rename it, and this is just a demo. I'll just say, okay, rename. And now the chart's been named demo. I have never used quick search. Use it Go on your own, find out what it is. Here's your settings tab. Basically, it's the same thing happens if you right click in the chart and go to settings, okay? It will offer you settings for symbol, status line, scaled lines, canvas, trading, alerts, and events. Explore that on your own. You'll set up your chart however you would like to set it up. Something you'll have to just learn, okay? Sorry. You can go full screen mode. Here's a very, very handy thing, something that you probably should use as a beginning trader, is called a snapshot. So when you take a snapshot, it will download your screen and put it wherever you ask to be put. So I think my settings are set up so it will go to my download folder. But yeah, it will give you a snapshot of your screen, okay? And you can reference it later. Very handy if you're in a trade and needing to reference it later, okay? The next tab is probably the most important tab in all of TradingView. It is your trading panel. This will let you set up a trade. You can set up a market or a limit or a stop. I am a market trader. I don't use limits. I don't use them very often, but this is how you set up a trade. It'll ask you how many units. Well, my margin account will only let me trade 1 unit right now. Okay, excuse me. My regular margin account will let me only trade 1 unit. This is a paper trading account, so it's going to I could trade a lot of units on crude oil based upon the amount that I have set up on my paper trading. We'll get to that in another video because this one's going long already. Okay, so let's just say we wanted to do a trade right now. So we're doing a demo. It's a paper trade. It looks like the market, let's go back to my 2 channels. Looks like the market is in kind of a trend up. It has been for a lot of sessions now. Oh yeah, since Tuesday, it's been in an uptrend. And right now would be a good time to go into what we call a buy. So I'm going to click on my 1 minute chart. I'm going to go back to I'm sorry. Let me zoom in here a little bit. I think price is going to go up based upon what I'm looking at over historical time. It's kind of at the bottom of the pullback. So what I'm going to do a buy over here on the right hand corner, and I will click buy. Now, what am I going to do when I do that? It's going to give me a little thing, but I want to manage my trade. I want to know where I want to go. I at least think that price is going to go back up here because it's in a trending market. It will probably go back to $67 a barrel. So when I do the buy, it's going to give me my little icon that says, hey, Mr. Russ, you bought crude oil at 66.73 and you're down $3 already. Well, that's just the way it is, okay? Whenever you take a trade, it's going to go against you because you are buying and somebody else is selling. Okay, so that's you very, very seldom will enter a trade and already see a profit. So just get used to it, okay? Then you have 2 items here, TP and SL. I want to target the top of the market here, at least right there. I think it'll come back up to there. If it doesn't, let's just do a conservative. Let's just say it comes back up to that previous pullback level. Okay, that's $19, but I want to put on a stop loss. I'm going to put my stop loss a little bit lower than that wick right there. Okay, so I'm risking $8 to make $19. That's what I've done on that buy, and I'll just let it sit there and we'll see what happens. Okay, I can close this now. enough for today. Hope this helps some. Leave a comment if you have a question. Please be nice. No, I'm not perfect, though I am trying to be. Have a good day, traders. See you on the next one.